anyone on the left, I would sincerely ask you, take Elon Musk up on his offer and take your show to Twitter. And I mean it. Right now, this could all change. Right now, what Elon Musk is doing is reasonable and American. He is trying to turn it into an actual town square. A town square is someplace that traditionally in America you could always go, and there'd be somebody on their soapbox, and you'd listen to them, and then you'd go to somebody else who was on their soapbox, and you'd listen to them, and they might be disagreeing. But you could hear everything. Now, that's the way we did it in the 17 and 1800s. Last year, the New York Times put out a poll that found 1 in 5 Americans say politics hurts their relationships with their friends or families. I don't believe that number is that low, only 1 in 5. Across the political spectrum, do you know the one thing we all agree on? We're too divided. And there are 2 solutions to this. One, I believe, is evil. You liquidate all the people that disagree with whatever the government says. Okay? Whatever the leaders or the elites say is true, you either put them in jail or you liquidate them. It's been done before. That's a legitimate offer, a legitimate way to deal with things if you are an awful, evil person who believes in dictatorship. Okay? The other solution, which has always been the American solution, which is open communication. All voices. All voices. We need to have more places. In fact, it used to be all of America, where people of all stripes can get all pieces of information. Why is this so important? Because if I'm lying to you about what's happening, you should be able to hear it and then have others be able to say, that's not true. And stand in the same space and say, that's not true. And not just call names, but actually give the facts, which we can do on all of our arguments. We don't just have to say, no. They're lying to you because they're lying, and they're lying liars who lie all the time. We will give you the facts and ask you, trace it back your own self. Don't trust us. Don't trust anyone. Okay? This is really important, but we don't have that. Right now, people like me and Ben Shapiro and Tucker Carlson are being throttled by social media platforms like Facebook and YouTube. We actually have teams of people. You can't believe the amount of time and money and energy it takes to strategize every single day on how not to get censored for sharing what we believe to be true. Tucker Carlson has found a very ingenious way to make sure his voice isn't blocked. Fox News is, I believe, doing some very Fox News sort of things to keep him silent for at least a couple of years. That can't happen. Okay? Legally, they think they can get away with it. I don't think so, but I've not read Tucker Carlson's contract. But the one thing most likely not covered is Twitter, because we all own our own Twitter feeds. Companies don't own our Twitter feeds, okay? So you have that, and it's not part of your contract. And I know it's not at Fox, most likely, because when I left, they didn't cover anything online because Roger Ailes thought online was a fad. And I told him, no, it's not, Roger. And he said, well, you go ahead and do that internet thing. That's not going to amount to anything. And I said, Roger, you really need to pay attention to the internet. I know people thought that television was a fad. This is not a fad. This will come and destroy Fox News, as you know. He laughed at me. They've never taken it seriously until we built the Blaze and became a threat, and they started to build Fox Nation. Okay. We have been in discussions already with Elon's team about the possibility of streaming something exclusive and special on Twitter. Because, God willing, if Elon stays his course, and that's not a guarantee, but if he stays his course, Twitter will become one of the only social media platforms that actually supports free speech and transparency. I do not expect Elon Musk to censor anyone on the left, and I believe him that he actually wants the left to take him up on his offer of you stream things too. This is the idea that YouTube was supposed to be, that Facebook, that's how they pitched Facebook to us in the first place. We were the ones that helped build Facebook. And then they turned it all around on us and took all of our subscribers. And now we have to pay for access to the people we brought to Facebook. This is why I started the Blaze 12 years ago. We need a space to speak freely. But it's not enough just to have the Blaze TV, because you need an additional microphone. If you can speak all you want to a group of people, but that group of people are behind a wall, the Germans found out that's very effective to shut down people who want to say things that you, as the government, don't want people to hear. Just put them in a ghetto. And we've talked about the digital ghetto for a long time. With Twitter, with what he's doing, we have seen this coming, and Tucker is the first to point it out to you. We can amplify everything that we say on Blaze TV on Twitter in a way that no other social media platform has allowed anyone to do. And anyone who believes in the right to free speech, I see us all as a team, myself, Blaze TV, the Daily Wire, Twitter, and I am thrilled to partner with anyone who believes in the First Amendment. I doubt Elon Musk and I agree on an awful lot, but we don't need to agree. We only need to agree that freedom of speech is paramount for a free society. And anyone who is against censorship, all censorship, I stand with you. This is why Tucker Carlson is taking a version of his show to Twitter, and it's a brilliant move. And it wouldn't be possible if Elon Musk hadn't put his money on the line and, quite honestly, his neck on the line to turn Twitter from the ministry of truth into a marketplace of ideas. I urge everyone in this audience to get on Twitter, learn how to disagree, again, without hating each other. Why not treat Twitter as an intellectual coliseum to hash out the real issues we are facing? Because finally, we may, at least for a while, have an even playing field online. So, Don Lemon, I'd never ask you to join the Blaze. You don't belong here. We're looking for people who love America and love the truth. Love the Constitution and all of the Bill of Rights. I don't believe you fit that. But on Twitter, you absolutely fit that, as do I, as does Tucker. Join us on Twitter, and may the best ideas win.